What if I told you that something as simple as the way you drink water every day could quietly be affecting your blood sugar levels, your energy, and even your risk of complications from diabetes? Most people think managing blood sugar is all about food, medication, or exercise, but almost no one talks about hydration. And yet, for seniors especially, drinking water the wrong way can lead to blood sugar spikes, fatigue, dizziness, and even dangerous dehydration without you realizing it. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to drink water the right way to support stable blood sugar, protect your kidneys, and improve your overall health as you age. Now, let's start by understanding something that might surprise you. Your body depends heavily on water to regulate blood sugar. When you're properly hydrated, your blood volume stays balanced. Your kidneys can flush out excess sugar through urine, and your cells respond better to insulin. But when you're even slightly dehydrated, your blood becomes more concentrated. That means sugar levels in your bloodstream rise, not necessarily because you ate something wrong, but because there isn't enough fluid to dilute it. This is one of the most overlooked reasons seniors experience unexplained spikes in blood sugar. And here's where it gets even more important. As you age, your sense of thirst naturally decreases. You may not feel thirsty even when your body actually needs water. This is why so many older adults are chronically dehydrated without knowing it. Add diabetes into the mix, and it becomes even more serious. High blood sugar causes your body to lose more water through urination, which then leads to more dehydration, which then raises blood sugar even further. It becomes a cycle that can be hard to break unless you know what to do. So let's talk about how to break that cycle in a simple, practical way. The first thing you need to understand is that how you drink water matters just as much as how much you drink. Many people make the mistake of drinking large amounts of water all at once, especially when they suddenly remember they haven't had enough during the day. But this can actually stress your kidneys and may not properly hydrate your cells. Instead, your body does best with steady, consistent hydration throughout the day. Think of your body like a plant. You wouldn't pour an entire bucket of water on it once a day and expect it to thrive. You would water it gently and regularly. Your body works the same way. Small, frequent sips help maintain stable hydration levels, which in turn supports stable blood sugar. Now, here's a powerful habit that can make a big difference. Start your day with water before anything else. After a full night of sleep, your body is naturally dehydrated. Drinking 1 glass of water first thing in the morning helps wake up your metabolism, supports kidney function, and prepares your body to manage blood sugar more effectively throughout the day. If you're someone who checks your blood sugar in the morning, you may even notice more stable readings over time just from improving your hydration. Another key moment to focus on is before meals. Drinking a glass of water about 20 to 30 minutes before eating can help in multiple ways. It supports digestion, helps control portion sizes, and may reduce sudden blood sugar spikes after meals. This is especially helpful for seniors who struggle with post-meal glucose spikes. It's a simple habit, but it can have a meaningful impact over time. Now let's address something very important. What you drink is just as critical as how you drink. Many people assume that all fluids count the same, but that's not entirely true. Sugary drinks, fruit juices, and even some so-called healthy beverages can cause rapid spikes in blood sugar. For someone managing diabetes, this can be harmful. Water should always be your primary source of hydration. If plain water feels boring, you can enhance it naturally. Adding a slice of lemon, cucumber, or a few mint leaves can make it more enjoyable without adding sugar. These small additions can encourage you to drink more water consistently, which is exactly what your body needs. Now, let's talk about timing throughout the day. One mistake many seniors make is reducing water intake in the evening to avoid waking up at night. While this is understandable, cutting back too much can lead to overnight dehydration, which can affect morning blood sugar levels. The goal is to balance your intake so you stay hydrated without disrupting your sleep. Try to drink most of your water earlier in the day and then gradually reduce intake a couple of hours before bedtime rather than stopping completely. Another important factor is recognizing subtle signs of dehydration. Many people expect to feel thirsty, but in older adults, dehydration often shows up differently. You might feel tired, slightly dizzy, have dry skin, or even experience confusion. Sometimes people mistake these signs for aging or other health issues, when in reality, the body is simply asking for more fluids. Now, here's something that doesn't get talked about enough: hydration and insulin sensitivity. When your body is well hydrated, your cells are better able to respond to insulin. This means glucose can move out of your bloodstream and into your cells more efficiently. But when you're dehydrated, this process becomes less effective, which can contribute to higher blood sugar levels over time. This is why consistent hydration is not just about avoiding dehydration. It's about actively supporting your body's ability to regulate glucose. Let's also discuss the role of electrolytes. While water is essential, your body also needs a balance of minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. These help maintain proper fluid balance and support nerve and muscle function. In some cases, especially if you're sweating ill or losing fluids, adding a small amount of electrolytes can be helpful. But it's important to choose options without added sugar. Now, if you're thinking, how much water should I actually drink? The answer isn't one size fits all. It depends on your body size, activity level, climate, and overall health. However, a general guideline for many seniors is around 6 to 8 glasses per day, adjusted as needed. The key is consistency rather than hitting a specific number all at once. A helpful tip is to create a simple routine. For example, 1 glass in the morning, 1 before each meal, 1 mid-morning, 1 mid-afternoon, and 1 in the early evening. This spreads your intake naturally throughout the day without feeling overwhelming. Now let's talk about a common myth. Some people believe that drinking more water will immediately lower blood sugar. While hydration does support healthy glucose levels, it's not an instant fix. It works as part of a bigger picture that includes diet, movement, and medication if needed. The goal is long-term stability, not quick changes. Another mistake to avoid is relying on thirst as your only guide. By the time you feel thirsty, your body may already be slightly dehydrated. Instead, aim to drink regularly, even if you don't feel thirsty. For those who struggle to remember, using visual cues can help. Keeping a water bottle nearby, setting reminders, or linking water intake to daily habits like meals or medication times can make a big difference. Now let's connect all of this back to diabetes health in a very practical way. When you stay consistently hydrated, you're helping your body maintain better blood volume, support kidney function, improve insulin response, and reduce the risk of complications. You may notice more stable energy levels, fewer headaches, and even better focus. And for seniors, these benefits go beyond blood sugar. Proper hydration supports joint health, digestion, circulation, and overall well-being. It's one of the simplest, most powerful habits you can build. But here's the key takeaway I want you to remember. It's not about drinking more water in a random way. It's about drinking smarter. Small, consistent habits done every day can create meaningful changes in your health over time. Imagine waking up with more stable energy, fewer blood sugar swings, and a body that feels more balanced. That's what proper hydration can help support. And the best part is you can start right now. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated routines. Just a glass of water taken at the right time in the right way can begin to shift your health in a positive direction. So as you go through your day, pay attention to your water habits. Notice when you drink, how much you drink, and how your body feels. These small moments of awareness can lead to powerful long-term results. Because when it comes to managing blood sugar and supporting your health as you age, sometimes the simplest changes are the ones that matter most. Most people hear about dehydration all the time, especially when talking about diabetes and blood sugar, but almost no one talks about the other side of the problem, which is overhydration. It sounds harmless at first because water is essential for life, and we're constantly told to drink more of it. But for seniors, especially those managing blood sugar issues, drinking too much water or drinking it the wrong way can quietly create a different set of problems that can be just as harmful as not drinking enough. The body depends on balance, and when that balance is disrupted, even something healthy like water can start working against you. Overhydration happens when you take in more fluids than your body can properly process and eliminate. This leads to a dilution of important minerals in your bloodstream, particularly electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. These minerals are not just minor details in your health. They play a major role in how your muscles function, how your nerves communicate, and most importantly, how your body manages blood sugar. When these electrolytes become diluted, your entire internal system can start to feel off, even if you don't immediately realize why. One of the first signs of overhydration is subtle and often overlooked. You might feel unusually tired or sluggish even if you've been drinking plenty of water. This can be confusing because fatigue is also a sign of dehydration. So many people respond by drinking even more water, making the problem worse. What's actually happening is that the excess water is diluting sodium levels in your blood, a condition known as hyponatremia. Sodium helps regulate fluid balance and nerve function, and when it drops too low, your cells begin to swell slightly, including those in your brain. This can lead to feelings of fatigue, confusion, and even headaches. Another common sign is frequent urination that goes beyond what's normal for your daily routine. While people with diabetes are already familiar with increased urination when blood sugar is high, overhydration can create a similar pattern for a completely different reason. Your kidneys are working overtime to get rid of the excess fluid, which means you may find yourself going to the bathroom more often than usual, even if your blood sugar levels are stable. This can disrupt your sleep, especially if it happens at night, leading to a cycle of fatigue that affects your energy levels throughout the day. You may also notice swelling in your hands, feet, or ankles. This happens because your body is holding on to excess fluid that it cannot properly balance. For seniors, this can be particularly concerning because it may be mistaken for other health issues like heart or kidney problems. While those conditions should always be ruled out by a healthcare provider, it's important to recognize that overhydration itself can contribute to fluid retention and discomfort. Headaches are another sign that often gets ignored. When your electrolyte levels are off, especially sodium, it can affect the pressure within your brain. This doesn't necessarily feel like a sharp or severe pain at first. It may feel like a dull, persistent pressure that doesn't go away easily. Many people don't connect this to how much water they're drinking, but it's a clear signal that something is out of balance. Now let's connect this directly to blood sugar and diabetes management because this is where things become even more important. Electrolytes play a key role in how your body uses insulin. Insulin is the hormone that helps move glucose from your bloodstream into your cells, where it can be used for energy. When your electrolyte levels are balanced, this process works more efficiently. But when those levels are diluted due to overhydration, insulin signaling can become less effective. This means glucose may stay in your bloodstream longer than it should, leading to unstable blood sugar levels. Potassium is especially important in this process. It helps regulate insulin secretion and sensitivity. When you drink excessive amounts of water, potassium levels can drop, which can interfere with how your body responds to insulin. This can create a situation where your blood sugar becomes harder to control, even if you're following your diet and medication plan carefully. Magnesium is another mineral that plays a role in glucose metabolism. Low magnesium levels have been linked to insulin resistance, which means your body's cells don't respond properly to insulin. Overhydration can contribute to lower magnesium levels, adding another layer of difficulty to blood sugar management. This is why balance is so critical. It's not just about drinking enough water. It's about maintaining the right internal environment for your body to function properly. Another issue that can arise from overhydration is a false sense of blood sugar control. Some people believe that drinking large amounts of water will flush out excess sugar and quickly lower their glucose levels. While hydration does support kidney function and can help remove some excess glucose through urine, this process has limits. Drinking too much water does not solve the underlying issue of high blood sugar, and in some cases, it can create confusion when monitoring your levels. For example, if you dilute your blood too much, certain readings may not accurately reflect what's happening inside your cells. You may also experience muscle weakness or cramping. Electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and magnesium are essential for muscle contraction and relaxation. When these are diluted, your muscles may not function as they should. This can show up as mild weakness at first, but over time, it can affect your ability to stay active and maintain strength. For seniors, this can increase the risk of falls and reduce overall mobility. Confusion and difficulty concentrating are more serious signs that should never be ignored. When sodium levels drop too low, it can affect brain function. You might feel disoriented, have trouble focusing, or experience memory lapses. In severe cases, this can become a medical emergency. It's important to recognize these signs early and understand that more water is not always the answer. Another important point to consider is how medications can interact with hydration levels. Many seniors take medications that affect fluid balance, such as diuretics, blood pressure medications, or certain diabetes drugs. These can either increase fluid loss or affect how your body handles electrolytes. When you combine these medications with excessive water intake, it can create an imbalance that's harder for your body to correct. This is why it's important to follow personalized guidance rather than general advice when it comes to hydration. You might also notice changes in your appetite. Overhydration can sometimes make you feel full or bloated, which may lead to eating less than your body needs. For someone managing diabetes, this can be problematic because regular balanced meals are important for maintaining stable blood sugar. Skipping meals or eating too little can lead to fluctuations that make your condition harder to manage. Another subtle sign is clear, almost colorless urine throughout the entire day. While light-colored urine is generally a sign of good hydration, consistently clear urine may indicate that you're drinking more water than your body needs. Your body is constantly trying to maintain balance, and if it's consistently flushing out excess fluid, it's a sign that your intake may be too high. Now, let's talk about how to find the right balance, because that's the key to avoiding both dehydration and overhydration. Instead of focusing on a fixed number of glasses per day, it's more effective to pay attention to your body's signals and your daily routine. Drinking small amounts of water consistently throughout the day is better than consuming large quantities at once. This allows your body to absorb and use the fluid more effectively without overwhelming your system. Timing also plays a role. Spacing your water intake around meals, activities, and medications can help maintain a steady balance. For example, drinking a moderate amount of water between meals rather than during or immediately after large meals can support digestion without diluting stomach acids or causing discomfort. It's also important to consider your environment and activity level. On hot days or during physical activity, your body loses more fluids through sweat, and your needs may increase. But even in these situations, replacing fluids gradually is more effective than drinking large amounts all at once. Adding natural sources of electrolytes through your diet can also help maintain balance. Foods rich in potassium, such as leafy greens, avocados, and certain fruits, can support your body's needs. Magnesium-rich foods like nuts, seeds, and whole grains also play a role in maintaining proper function. This doesn't mean you need to rely on supplements unless advised by a healthcare provider, but being mindful of your diet can make a difference. Listening to your body is one of the most powerful tools you have. Pay attention to how you feel throughout the day. Are you energized, clear-headed, and comfortable, or do you feel bloated, fatigued, or off balance? These signals can guide you toward better habits over time. It's also helpful to create a simple hydration routine that fits your lifestyle. For example, starting your day with a glass of water, having another mid-morning, one in the afternoon, and adjusting based on your meals and activity level. This kind of structure helps you stay consistent without overdoing it. Another important factor is awareness. Many people don't realize how much fluid they're actually consuming, especially when it comes from multiple sources like tea, coffee, soups, and other beverages. While these can contribute to your overall intake, they also have different effects on your body. Being mindful of total fluid consumption can help you avoid unintentionally overhydrating. As you continue to focus on your health, remember that balance is always the goal. Water is essential, but more is not always better. Your body thrives when everything is in harmony, from hydration to electrolytes to blood sugar control. Understanding the signs of overhydration and how it affects your body gives you the power to make better decisions and support your health in a more complete way.